Good morning. So, yeah, it's been a couple days since I did these panels, and this morning I put this panel onto the frame, and I learned that I really don't know what I'm doing because, well, I did actually, in my defense, I did start cutting out tabs. If you're a seamstress, you'll know what that is. I'm not a seamstress. I am terrible at sewing, but I do understand that if you have little tabs that stick out, then when you wrap it around the frame, the tab will help to hold it on, right? Right. So that was sort of the quasi plan all along. Now, some of these little sections here with the wood, as you can see, this one, I picked the most difficult one to start with. This one overlaps considerably over here, so it didn't allow me to wrap the tabs around properly, but I do have, I don't know if you can see this, a pretty good wrap on the bottom, which I'm holding on with a clothespin right now until it dries completely. So yeah, I mean, there's other glue out there that I could have used, but I want to keep this simple. I want to use things that are as sustainable as possible. I don't want to start getting into synthetic glues and stuff, even though I know, yes, this is synthetic. I could make this myself with flour and water, but this is the Elmer's glue. It's, in my opinion, probably the most basic glue out there. It doesn't list ingredients. Anyway, moving on. So now I'm going to do this one, and I'm probably going to speed up this section. I wanted to do this morning. And I think probably the trick is, as is for a lot of stuff like this, is to start on one end and just methodically work your way through, bit by bit, attaching each tab as you go. Like I said in the previous video, this is a curved surface, so it prevents a lot of challenges that you wouldn't get from a surface that wasn't curved. So just kind of slowly work your way through. I don't know if this tab, and then some of these tabs that I've cut are not going to work because of the glue for the sticks. Some of them will. I'm not ingenious if I'm not anything. I tend to use what I got in the house. I sit here going, well, this isn't working like this. So then I come up with another plan. And I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to pull through one of the tabs that's between the branch and the wire framing. If if I can do that, I can actually attach it. But if it won't pull through, then it won't pull through. And I have to work it through bit by bit. There, I got it. And this is why, see how I have a lot of extra at the bottom, but that was, like I said before, by design, because I wanted to make sure, better to have these little panels bigger than you need than too small, because if they're too small, then you can't use it at all. So this is what I'm doing. See this little tab? And I pulled it through between the wood bits and there. And then I'm going to glue it over here. Not only is this difficult to do, it's difficult to film because it's fiddly. I got a lot of weird words from my grandmother. She was from a Pennsylvania Dutch family, and I think that's just some of the funny little isms that they had going on. Now this one, obviously, because see that there's glue there. I don't know if you can see that. This one here, this flap is not going to go through because it's attached. So what I'm going to do is when I put this panel on, I'll just attach it to that panel. And then this one too is not going to go through, but this one I can attach a little bit to here. And now I don't know if it will or won't attach to the glue that's already there. But I'm going to put glue on it and give it a go. Because my motto is you won't know if it works unless you try. That's not too bad. So then this panel, I can go this way now. I should have made that flap bigger, but I ran out of paper, so. This one's going to need a clothespin because it's pretty narrow. Let's see, convince it to stay. I don't know. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. And then on the other side, I got this one here, which is partially covered by that. So I think what I'm going to do is split it. So this one can go over here and around. So what I'm learning right now is try not to jam so much on a small piece of paper and allow more room for cutting the tabs. Because if I had bigger, longer tabs, this would probably stick more easily. And then I got this one here, which I know you can't see. And then this top one here, I'm going to fold over that way. So yeah, I'm going to show you in a minute what it looks like. Okay, so there it is. I got two panels on. And that one. Now yeah, I know you're looking at it and you're going, well, it's not very neat and tidy, blah, blah, blah. You know what though, man? Like seriously. This is handmade. I don't want something made in a factory that's perfect. I want something that I can see is handmade and it's made with natural materials and it's pretty cool. I think once all these panels are on and I try it with the light inside, it's going to be kind of neat. So yeah, I'm going to keep posting these progress reports, and hopefully you follow along. Thanks for watching.